Hi everyone, it's Keyless Entry. This is part 6 of my Lockwood Padlock Series, and today we're going to look at the 334B45. So in my last video we looked at the 234B45, so this was the last model to bear the 234 name. So we've gone from after further research, this is probably from the 40s, possibly 30s. This was, I think, the first 234 that was produced, the first style. Yeah, so we've gone from that 234 to this 234 in about 60, 70 years. And then about 80 years later, we arrive here. So a lot has changed. A lot has changed. All right, so 334B45. So we've got different stamping on the body, as you can see, compared to the 234. So we've lost the red oval, the famous Lockwood red oval. It's now black, and we've got acid alloy stamping and the change of the model. So the 334 instead of the 234B45. Same shackles, boron steel. Everything else about the bodies is pretty much identical. The 334 did have a different quick change shackle feature. The 234 had the grub screw. Alright, so let's look down here. Keyways. So everything is pretty much the same. Drainage holes everywhere the same. All the dimensions are pretty much identical. It's just the stamping on the outside that is different. Another thing that we have is a key change. So we've still got the same key profile, but the key bow's changed. So you can see that the 234B had the Lockwood clover leaf sort of key bow, and now we've got the Lockwood acid alloy style key bow, which I believe this was sort of came from the Lockwood Gen6 and Gen6T restricted key bow. So you can see the resemblance there. Alrighty, so the 334B did also come with this style of key, and it contained all standard drivers. And if you got this type of key, you would have got the shallow thin-lipped spools. Alright, let's tear one of these apart. Oh no, before we do that, let's move on to the variants. So we've same as the 234B, we've got different variants. So we've got the S for steel, the C for concealed shackle, closed shackle, shrouded shackle, whatever you want to call it, and the M for marine, which is all stainless steel, including the shackle. The difference in the 334 is these don't have the quick change shackle option. Only the brass version does, with that little pin that needs to be depressed there. So none of these shackles can be changed quickly. Which in my opinion is a bit of a downgrade, because you have to take out the cylinder, take out the actuator, the ball bearings, and then take out the shackle. I thought the 234 way, on this one here, the 234B way was genius. Just had that grub screw, a hole in the body, switch them out, bang bang, you're done. So a little bit different on this. It's sort of like they've taken a step back. I'm not sure why, but that's the way it is. All right, let's tear one of these apart and see what's inside of this one. Okay. Oh, one thing to add. Lockwood also released these nice weather-resistant jackets for the 334B. As you can see there, nice stamping, Lockwood acid alloy, just like on the padlock there. Doesn't have the model number on the jacket. But yeah, these came in various colours. So I'll just show you this one here. It's a 334B under it, but because the 234s are the exact same size, these will fit the 234B also. All right, let's put that to one side. So let's have a look at this quick release shackle, or the quick change shackle option. So instead of the grub screw, we got this little pin. So I believe you have to, actually I haven't done this on camera before, so I think you press that to open it. You press that in and out comes your shackle. There you go, that easy. So there's no grub screw. So this is a far quicker way of doing it, but it's not present on the other body variants. I'm not sure why. Okay, let's take out the cylinder. And there we go. That's fine. Okay, so there's the actuator. There's the key retaining pin. And there is the... So we've got slightly different... So another 234B here. So there's the cylinder and all its guts here. So you can see the adapter is a little bit different on the 334. Same shape, but that you can see how the Bible fits into this one here. This is the 234B one. So it's a little bit different on the 334. So it's got a little bit less metal on there basically. It's still got the hole for possible drill protection. Okie dokes. And the actuator, if you recall in my 234B video, there were two types of actuator spring setups basically. Well, the way the actuator spring was seated. On this one here, the actuator is 1 unit, and that top plate has a little, restrictor plate rather, has that little notch that catches the spring, and that is the boron steel style setup. And in the 234B on the molybdenum, if you recall, there was a little milled piece in the body that spring caught on, and this plate did not have that notch on there. So here we go. All right. So exactly the same cylinder. We've got a 570. It's exactly the same as the 234B. There is one little variation. I've seen it on some 334s, but not all of them. And the key retaining pin on this one is sort of like a T-pin. So it's got a little thing on the end, and it's got a little milled piece in the tail piece also. So if you put it in the key retaining position, it won't go through all the way. But what I notice is same as on the 234B. If you got them in the non-key retaining position, when you take the cylinder out, they do sometimes stay down in there. So, but yeah, this one just a little bit different. It's got that little T-pin shape to it. All right. Okay, get the key and follower. Let's see the internals. So this one, having this type of key, it will have spools in it. Factory pin to 5 across the whole range. Dump these key pins out. 5. So we got nickel silver key pins, same as in the 234B. A nice taper on them. Same plug with the holes there for extra drill protection. Exactly the same as the 234B. So is it the cylinder housing. The only difference is we got these thin-lipped spools, or shallow thin-lipped spools. And this one comes with all spools. They all come with all spools. There we go. And the springs, so it's even the same springs as the 234B. All right. So this quick change shackle feature, I'm sort of not a big fan of it because it's not to change a shackle. It's with this cylinder in there. It's quite a headache. It really is, and you sort of have to. What that pin actually does is hold the ball bearing in down there. I'm not sure if you can see it. So if I press that, oops, I have to do it that way. So if I press the, no, I don't, not left-handed, but I'll try. So if I depress that pin, it should release that ball bearing. There we go, you saw that ball bearing pop there. Now I can release that ball bearing, and the shackle can come out because that was keeping the ball bearing in that groove there to retain the shackle. Okay, now we can get the shackle spring out, and yeah, you can see it in there. That's that pin in there. It is spring loaded. You can see it going back and forth, so you can see it spring back every time. There we go. Alrighty. Alright, so I'll just bring these pins up so you can see them a little bit better. Alright, so you can see we got nickel silver key pins, that nice taper on them, and these very, very nice thin-lipped shallow spools, which are a lot of fun to pick with light tension. So yeah, awesome. So that is the 334B45 and its variants. Yeah, I'm not sure why these don't have a quick change shackle option. Sort of, yeah, in my opinion, a bit of a downgrade, but anyway, that's just from my point of view. Anyway, that's it for the 334B45 and the end of the 234 series. I'll probably take a couple of week break and come back with the 245 series of Lockwood padlocks. That's it for me, everyone. Take care.